Yo, it's your boy Devon back with another episode of 10 Minute Drill. And we today are going to be talking about the unfortunate video podcast interview that came out with Jemele Hill and Alicia Garza. She goes on to make some comments, which we are going to discuss. And then we are also going to look at the video too shortly. Today, I know it won't be long because it's really quickly. It's something that we always touch on here at the show over at Eavesdrop as well. So before I get into it, hit the like button, man. Please and thank you. Hit the share button, man. Please and thank you. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about what we're about to discuss really quickly. And you can do all three of those things, and I will be really, really, really grateful. So thank you. Appreciate you. But I'm not going to waste too much of your time. We're going to jump right in it. And so I just wanted to bring up today, I saw, this is a response to a podcast that I saw from Jemele Hill. And it's not about Jemele Hill today, but it was featured Alicia Garza from, as we know, Black Lives Matter. And again, we know all of the things happening around Black Lives Matter with Patrisse Cullors. We talked about that on Saturday on our last podcast. So if you want to go check that out and hear my views and opinions on that situation, please feel free to do so. But basically right now, Alicia Garza is also doing damage control, as it was said that these attacks on them are coming from the right wing. There has been removal of certain articles. The critiques are being met with people being called, misogynist, racist, a lot of different things. But I'm going to let y'all listen to the clip real fast while we go ahead and get into it, because it's interesting.
I also really worry about us right now. And this isn't about Samaria. This is about our movement. We are absolutely winning right now. Absolutely. We have done more than change the conversation. We changed the balance of power in the federal government. We are winning. And when you start to win, there are all kinds of forces that try to keep you from winning.
So that's a small clip. Y'all can go ahead and check out the whole conversation, which is on Jemele Hill's podcast right now. And they did talk about a lot of different other things. I think it was a decent conversation for what it was. But in regards to her statements and comments, I wanted to come to y'all today because I think we have to really get out of people being able to say whatever they want. When you listen or when you watch the clip, you saw Jemele Hill's body language. And I feel like part of her wanted to say something in regard to the claim, especially about things changing and the power dynamics being changed. Because to my knowledge, Joe Biden has not came through on a lot of the campaign promises that were for quote unquote Black lives. He did come through on some other things for other particular communities, but as specific direct redress to us, that didn't happen. But I think the issue with that is, and it's about discourse. We have to get to a point where we can have interviews with people and actually ask them questions and not just continue to let them go on. And if you listen to the whole thing, it went unchallenged. There wasn't any real pushback. I think a lot of people are afraid to do so. But what we get from that is an issue where, again, you can have whatever position you want on how people spend their money or how people make their money. You can have those positions. I don't think anybody should, be taken off the internet because of those positions. But when you do that, when we do have censorship, what happens is you get people who double down on what may be their truth, but while you're also speaking, you're stating very, very, very false information. Very, very, very much false narratives when it comes to our community and everything that we are currently still going through at this moment. We have not gotten any direct COVID address from all of the data and stats that came out over the course of and continue to as it relates to us being destroyed throughout the pandemic when it comes to the quote unquote Black community. So I think that the problem in this environment where everything is just chalked up to, oh, you misogynistic, or oh, you are this, or oh, you just a hater, or you, if you don't absolutely agree with the person, there isn't any conversation to be had. And I think this was unfortunate because she did a lot of narrative control in terms of Black Lives Matter, the organization, again, coming to the defense of Patrisse Cullors, which I understand they run in the same circle. But I think as a journalist or as a person who is in politics, or whether you are a news anchor, I think we have to get to the point, and even the general public, we have to get to a point that we can be truthful with people without being disrespectful. Because a lot of people are talking about it being disrespectful and people challenging Patrisse Cullors, but can we have a conversation? You may not be on that specific position, but at the same time, you have to understand why people are making the argument that they're making, because of you being attached and both of you all being attached to a movement that requires people, because without the people, you can't have the movement. And so there's this blurred line that people are trying to have a discussion about in terms of how the organization and the access to the people, as well as the press, may have influenced this new celebrity kind of cachet that they have at this point. And so let me know what you think, man. Do we really need to, as a country, as a nation, get out of these, well, we're just going to phobia it away or tell people they don't know what they're talking about, and doubling down on toxicity? Because we can't. We have to begin to have conversations. If we don't have these conversations, it's going to be an unfortunate situation, because you can't be saying things in an interview about shifting power dynamics and us winning when we're not winning. Our wealth is about to hit zero by 2050, and that was pre-COVID numbers. So with that being said, man, let me know what y'all think. Tell me how y'all feel about the conversation that's being had about the BLM organization versus Black Lives Matter. And even if you want to, feel free to give some comments about the whole Patrisse Cullors thing. I'm not necessarily particularly interested in that part of the conversation, but I do care about how we begin to, or need to, select our leaders, how we need to hold leaders accountable. Because again, the same way we hold elected officials accountable, you also have to hold activists and those other stakeholder groups in terms of if they are saying or placing themselves in the relationship as the agitator, we also have to have measures to hold those bodies of people accountable, because then the whole thing breaks down, which is why we're sitting here right now trying to figure out, where did it all go wrong? Where did it all go wrong? With the left, with the right, with the center? Where did it all go wrong? With the outsiders, with the purveyors? Where did it all go wrong? But man, I'm not going to hold y'all up for too much longer. Hey, we appreciate y'all over here at Gilded Sages. Thank you for checking out another 10-minute drill. Go ahead and get back to your day. But before you do, smash that like button, leave a comment, and also please share the video. We appreciate it. And we'll catch y'all again on another topic. And thank you. We out.